Hey Captains! Welcome back to BadKarmacast, where we break down the hottest ships, traits, and gear in Star Trek Online. Before we warp into today's guide, a quick shout out to the regulators, the old-school Star Trek Online fleet for mature captains who love classic Trek quotes, banter, and a relaxed vibe. No drama, just fun cues and voice chat. Generation X Plus and older millennials welcome. Real life comes first. Requirements: active Discord participation and a microphone. Introduce yourself on Discord with your username and favorite Trek captain or series. Live long and prosper. Check them out at theregulators.gamerlaunch.com. Today we are talking about one of the most underrated powerhouses for tactical builds. The Weapons of War Starship trait, and its paired console universal dual plasma charge launcher from the Federation's slick Okinawa pilot raider. If you are running a mixed loadout with beams, cannons, torpedoes, and even mines, this set can stack up to plus 100% damage across your entire arsenal. We are going to explain exactly how it works, show you synergies, and why it is a must-grab for endgame damage per second. Hit that like button if you are ready to proc some buffs. Subscribe for more Star Trek Online guides, and let's warp in. First, a quick ship introduction. The Okinawa Pilot Raider is a Tier 6 Federation Raider available for 3,000 Zen in the Zen store, or grab it in the Timeless Legacy Bundle for more goodies. It has killer pilot maneuvers for quick repositions, improved Raider flanking bonuses, plus 40% damage to enemy rears, and a default loadout of pulse phaser beams, photon torpedoes, and that sweet modular fusion beam experimental weapon. But the real stars are its unique trait and console. Let's break them down. Weapons of War is a starship trait unlocked at Mastery Tier 5 on the Okinawa. Here is the full breakdown. Activating basic weapon types boosts all weapons of that type. Simply put, firing any beam, cannon, torpedo, or mine applies a plus 25% all damage buff to every weapon of that specific type for 10 seconds. Key points: no self-stacking. Firing the same type again refreshes the 10-second timer, but does not stack higher than 25%. Full stacking across types. You can have all 4 buffs active simultaneously for beam plus 25%, cannon plus 25%, torpedo plus 25%, and mine plus 25%. That is multiplicative madness on a mixed build. Important: the buffs are type-specific. Your beams get plus 25% from beam procs, cannons get their own plus 25%, and so on. But if your build mixes them like dual cannons, 4 beams aft, torpedoes, and a mine layer, you can keep everything boosted semi-permanently by cycling fire modes. In practice, start with a torpedo spread to proc torpedoes, weave in cannon bursts, beam the flanks, and drop a mine for that 4th buff. Boom, your damage per second spikes hard in task force operations like Infected, the Cure, or Elite Special Task Force operations. Pro tip: pair it with firing cycle haste abilities like Attack Pattern Beta, or weapons like the Dark Matter Quantum Torpedo to cycle faster and maintain uptime. Now the Dual Plasma Charge Launcher, a universal console from the Okinawa's Bridge Officer package. Slotted in any console slot on any ship, but only 1 per ship. Active ability: fires 2 plasma charges, think homing torpedoes, at enemies up to 10 kilometers away in a 180-degree arc. 1 minute recharge. Here is the magic. Each charge seeks a target for 3 seconds. If it connects, massive plasma detonation, high direct damage. Miss the initial lock? No sweat. After 5 seconds, it splits into a cascade of plasma missiles, targeting up to 5 enemies in a 5-kilometer sphere around the burst point. Area denial perfection. Visually stunning stolen Romulan tech that nods to classic Starfleet command games. Perfect for clearing clusters in infected space, advanced or mobster task force operations. Passively, a small boost around plus 5 points to 9 key starship tactical skills. Energy weapons training, projectile weapons training, defensive maneuvering, weapon accuracy, weapon specialization, weapon amplification, tactical readiness, hull penetration, and shield penetration. Energy and projectile damage, accuracy, penetration, and even maneuvering for better positioning. Stacks with everything. On screen, sample build, Weapons of War proc machine Synergy Heaven. The console's plasma charges count as projectiles or torpedoes, instantly proccing your torpedo buff on Weapons of War. Ideal builds: cannon boats, dual heavy cannons, 4+ beams aft plus torpedo plus console. Torpedo spammers. Quantum or graviton plus mines for full procs. Ships. Any tactical focus like Vendetta, Manticore, or even Dreadnoughts for mine synergy. Pros. Insane parse potential, versatile, cheap acquisition. Cons. Needs weapon cycling, not pure beam boat. Mines are niche in player versus player. Buy the Okinawa 3000 Zen. Grind to Mastery 5 for the trait. Claim the console from the Bridge Officer package. Account-wide unlocks. There you have it, captains. Weapons of War turns your ship into a buff-stacking beast. Grab the Okinawa, proc those types, and watch your damage soar. What is your favorite proc trait? Drop it in the comments. Like, subscribe, bell on for more Star Trek Online deep dives. Warp out.